Pretenses of peace left by the wayside, the Arcadian forces resumed their advance toward Rabanasta. Dalmasca's doom had been decided. To make resistance would serve no end. With this foremost in my thoughts, I, to the people of Dalmasca. Sons and daughters of Dalmasca, I bid you lay down your arms. Raise songs of prayer in their stead. Prayer for His Majesty King Raminas, ever merciful, a man devoted wholly to peace. Prayer, too, for the noble Princess Ash, who, wrought with grief at her kingdom's defeat, has taken her own life. Know also that Captain Bosch von Ronsenberg, for incitement of sedition and the assassination of His Royal Majesty King Raminas, has been found guilty of high treason and put to his death. They who at this late hour choose still the sword are cut of the same cloth as the captain. Traitors who would lead Dalmasca to her ruin. Dalmasca's surrender without terms was soon to follow.
Vaan! Hurry it up or they'll find us.
I know. Just a little more. You keep an eye out for me up there, Kites. 1, 2, 3 more. All right. Time to clean house.
Look at the little demonic rats. Aren't they adorable? Meet the dire rat, ladies and gentlemen. Weak, low-level enemies that I'm going to pilfer for their stuff. Come hither. Come hither. Come hither. I wish to steal from you. Steal! I stole. How did I steal its skin? Dear God, that's morbid. So, you might be noticing that this is sort of an active time battle system. It uses the action bar in a way that previous Final Fantasy games would do, but you're not limited to, like, random encounters. The thing about this game's combat is that you are pretty much given what and how many enemies are on the map at a time. And you can deal with them as you please. So, as you can see, we are now chaining. As I mentioned beforehand, once you start chaining, the higher your chain goes, the more you are able to get things. You get better items, better equipment, better loot, as it were. The chaining can go up technically 4 levels. I'll get more into that in a bit.
Wow, Vaan, you got them all yourself? Guess I know who to call when something big comes along.
Hey, it's good practice for the desert. I'm ready for anything now. That's enough for today. You should get back to Miguel's place, Kites. Aren't you running errands for him?
Oops, totally forgot. You should come, Vaan. He's busy today. Might have some work for you to do, too.
I've got other, work to do. Hey, lock this place up for me, will you? If Miguel finds out we've been down here, he'll tan our hides.
And welcome to the royal city of Rabanasta, capital of the Kingdom of Dalmasca. The year is 706, a few years after the war.
Huh? What'd you say? Sir, you haven't paid, and I...
What? Haven't paid?
Second thought. Please, sir, take it. It's a gift.
Leave the poor sod be. We don't want trouble today. Your luck, peddler.
Oops, sorry.
Watch where you're going, churl. What? My pouch! It's gone! The boy! Get out the way! Oh!
I'm a fan of instant karma.
What? Hey, that's mine.
What do you mean, yours? You've been stealing again.
Just from
What
rats.
happens if they catch you? We need you to be there for us, Vaan. You're no good to anyone if you're locked away in a dungeon.
Oh, what? Am I the leader now? We're orphans. The first thing you learn is you gotta watch out for yourself. Come on, Pinello. You know it as well as I do. Hey, you give that back. What do you think you're doing?
I thought that this money was the people of Dalmasca's property. The Imperials stole it from us, so it's only fair that we take it back. It's our duty as Dalmascans. Well, wasn't that what you said?
Yeah, but I never said anything about taking it back from me.
This is for that bread you took the other day. Just because I help Miguelo out every now and then, it doesn't mean that you get to eat for free too, you know.
I know that. You think I like living like this? One of these days, I'll fly an airship of my own. I'll be a sky pirate, free to go where I will.
Well, be careful. You'll never fly anything if you're rotting in a dungeon. Oh, Miguelo had some errands that need doing. He wanted you to drop by his place. It might be a good idea to lend a hand.
Alright, so your location map often bears a mark showing your destination. Consult the map when you are unsure of where to go next. So, what could Miguelo want? Better see him at his shop. The world map has been added to the party menu. Now, interestingly enough, there's a missable cutscene over here. Simply go back to the Bazaar area on the east end. I should probably make myself scarce right about now. They will never think to come over this way. The fools! So, welcome to the royal city of Rabanastre, home to many different shops, and the impeccable slow run, because, dear God, this controller is awful. So, you might notice that there are different shops around. Different shops are indicated on their menu based on the map and the sign in front of them. We have Magics, which will always have a purple sign. We have Techniques over here, which I believe is more of a yellow sign. Could be wrong. No. You should have a sign. Yeah. Yellow sign for Techniques. Red is for defense. Blue is for the weapons. And then there's one more type of shop, which is Gambits. And then green is for general stores. Like, you know, that sell potions, Phoenix Downs, the whole lot. It should be mentioned that there are a few things you can do around Rabanastre First of all, you can go over to this boy right here. I am trying to run, but I am walking because everything is awful. Hey, mister, want to hear the history of Rabanastre? It won't cost you much. What? I gotta eat too, you know. Let's see. One Gil ought to do it. Gil returning money from the rest of the Final Fantasy series. While this Final Fantasy game does a lot of things different, this one still puts into place a lot of the regular conventions. So sure, let's hear it. This is for us. Okay, so 2 years back, Rabanastre lost the war with the Empire. That's when all the guards came and made us live under the city. The Empire has one person who runs the city and everything. He's called a consul. The new consul's coming today. That's why there's so many guards. Kinda short, huh? Don't worry. I'll try to find some new things to add for next time. You can come to him anytime you want throughout the game, and he will tell you more of the history of Rabanastre. It's actually rather interesting. Or you can just look up a wiki. Now, unfortunately, because I did that, I only have 149 gil, which means things are going to be a little bit difficult now. But you might notice that we have a few things inside of here that we can go over. We have our equipment. Use the equipment command to modify a character's equipment. Use optimize to automatically equip the best equipment available. Now, optimize can work sometimes, but also can't. You might notice that we have experience, and then it'll show us our next level up based on that. And you might notice the different attributes we have. We have attack power, defense, magic resist, evade, magic evade, strength, magic power, vitality, and speed. Attack power, pretty much self-standard. It is how much attack power you have with your current weapon equipped. So this is not to be confused with strength. Strength is how much damage you do with that weapon. Defense, how much you take damage. Magic resist, how much you take magic damage and how much you resist it. Evade is how many chances you have at being able to evade an attack that's going automatically at you. There is no dodge button or anything in this game. You just have to have a high evade and you'll be whiffed by most attacks. Magic evade, same thing. Generally for magic evade, it's not something that you really go out of your way for. Strength, as I already mentioned, pretty self-standard. Magic power, unlike how it was with attack power, magic power is more tied to how strong your spells are. It can be boosted by attack power if you have rods or staves, which that's going to be a whole nother thing when I get into the new weapons. These first couple of episodes are going to be a lot of dump on how the game mechanics works. Vitality, how much health you have. Speed, how fast your attacks are, and how fast the action gauge fills up. Pretty much every single enemy in this game has those statuses, which is why whenever you see the bio setup that I have for this game, it lists enemy patterns as well. Enemies, if they are in multiple areas, will end up having different stats. So if that ever comes to place and they have different loot, I will re-bio them again. Which means Imperial soldiers are going to be fun! World map. The world map lets you view places you have previously visited, purchase maps to see unexplored areas. So you see we have the Garamscythe Waterway and Nalbina Fortress. Why do we have Nalbina Fortress? Well, it's because we were Rex. It's the only way we've got that. It should be mentioned that there is an achievement for getting every single map in this game, and there are missable maps. I will point out whenever there is a missable map, so keep that in mind. Oh, right, configure. Here we have everything that we had beforehand, as well as the target lines one. Battle speed right here. Set the battle speed. We're going to set this to fast. This is the battle mode that you can change to wait or active. Always going to have it on wait in my case. Cursor position, last selection, default. We're going to have it on default. All right. So, that's pretty much everything I wanted to explain. Dear God, I need to get to a save crystal.
Vaan, I was waiting.
Penelo said you needed something?
Had me some packages supposed to be arriving by courier. In the morning, perhaps he ran into some trouble on the desert. Now I've no foodstuffs to prepare for the banquet tonight.
So you want me to find this courier? Hey, no problem.
No problem. The desert teems with trouble. I'd be sending you to early grave, my boy. No, I've arranged for some replacement goods from Tomage over at the Sandsea.
So you want me to go to the tavern to pick him up?
Actually, I asked Kites to do that. Wouldn't you know he's gone missing on me, too. I can't leave my shop, and I've Pinello on another chore at the moment, you see. What I want you to do is run over to the Sand Sea and fetch kites back. What do you say?
Sounds wild.
It's easy work, and you'll thank me for it someday.
Poor Miguelo. Always looking out for Vaan. Now that we've done that, all the shops open up, and there's something that we're going to be doing. Something that is fun. We're going to go into the weapon shop first. We're going to be going into every shop that we can go into right here. There are special items in this game called monographs. Monographs allow you to be able to get better loot from enemies if you have one in your possession. How do you get these monographs? You have to talk to merchants a set number of times. So I believe for the Knight's monograph, which would be inside of the weapon shop, if I'm remembering correctly, we have to talk to you 30 times. You can know that you have the monograph because it will become available in the bazaar. And a prompt will come up saying you have new items in the bazaar. They never say anything different. They will never question why you're constantly talking to them. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to get the monograph set early in the game so I can get myself better loot to sell. Because unlike most games where you would get gil from beating enemies, only certain enemies in this game will drop gil. And those are humanoid characters or one of the major race characters in this game. Other way you get gil? You gotta sell loot. You gotta sell that loot. Yeah, Final Fantasy XII takes pretty much an offline MMO approach to it, which I enjoy a lot because I'm bad at the social interaction thing. Come on. I'll do a lot of these off screen, but I just want to show off one of the monographs because they're also pretty pricey. Because it should be that you just talk to them and then you'll get it. Because there's a couple of monographs that you can get that are for specific shops. That's why I was saying the Knight's monograph earlier. There we go, New Bazaar goods. The Forgotten Grimoire, text dating from antiquity, prescribing tactics and guidance to those who would walk and give it a path. They do not say the name of which of the monographs it is until you purchase it. So I'm gonna have fun going through all of this. But that's how you unlock monographs in this game. Simple enough, just talk to a store owner a set number of times. Bada bing, bada boom, you are golden. There's one for defense, there's one for magic, there's one for technique, there's general ones, and once you get all of the monographs in the game and sell certain items, you can get the canopic jar, which is a very expensive thing and is necessary in order to get some of the rarer loot that will result in you getting some of the best weapons in the game, actually. Oh, look at that little fluffy Koopo. Koopo! I love Moogles inside of Final Fantasy XII Ivalice. Pretty much the Ivalice Alliance, as it is called, has my favorite design for Moogles. I was going to call them Koopos. No, that's what they say. They say Koopo.
There you are, Kites. Stop loafing around.
Look, Vaan, look! This is it! This is why Miguelo's courier didn't get here on time.
A creature spotted in the Ester Sand. What is that thing?
Ah, Vaan. Miguelo sent you too, did he? He's a busy man these days, that Miguelo, if I dare say so myself. I don't envy him the work, though. Not a bit. Quite the affair throwing a banquet to welcome the Imperials, eh?
Welcoming? We should be... whatever. Say Tomaj, what's this?
Nah, don't remind me. Got some nastiness out there in the Ester Sand. What's stopping our couriers? And that means shortages all around. Thought I'd put up a bill, offer a reward to anyone who can knock that nasty back in its place.
Now that's work. Sounds 10 times better than running errands for Miguelo.
That's right. Vaan, you should give it a shot.
And you should be getting back to Miguelo. Now, Kites. He was waiting for you.
Oh, right.